Hello, good afternoon, good evening. Yeah, let me share this what I did. Good afternoon, good evening. Please feel free to help me share the video, invite friends and help me share the video. Let me show myself. Help me show the video, invite friends. Good evening, good evening. Wayabuta, wababy nege. Today is series 5 of We Don't Worship Idol. We don't worship idol at all. And today is series 5. In this series 5, we are going to be talking about Eshu. Good evening, everyone. Please try to invite people and share the video. Share it. It's so important to be doing these lessons, these teachings these days, because the campaign against the demonization of African spirituality, it's something so vast and so deep. It's something that is too vast that if you are not even spiritually ordained, you cannot really understand it. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. You cannot really understand it, because this campaign has been going on now for like 400 years. So imagine a company of 400 years. You can imagine how much they have in reserve and everything. So that's the same struggle we have now. Our African spiritual science is not just a blessing to the people who is living there in Africa. No, it's a blessing to humanity itself. It's a blessing to human race itself. But when you don't have all this understanding, you will be seeing everything outside of yourself. But that's how the program is. The program is to be like that, so you can always seek everything outside of yourself. Because those people who made this program, they understand very well that with the moment you start now seeking these things outside of yourself, the moment you will fall into their trap. Because they set so many traps around. So anywhere you like to go to, they will just catch you there. So that's why we don't seek for nothing outside ourselves anymore. We seek for everything within us. Everything is within, because as it is above, so it is within us. So we good evening. This is inbox. Okay. So we as a people, we are just manifesting this great universe, heaven, however you understand it to be. We are just manifesting this. We are bringing it into existence. We are bringing it into life. Have you ever imagined as powerful as the sun will not speak, "Oh, hello," the sun will not say that, but she make her own sound. She make her own tune and frequency. So when you tune in, then you can understand his language. So this is how the cosmos itself functions. Everything is an energy language. And we as a human being, we now are the manifestation of these big heavens. And we are manifesting it so that heaven can be aware of ourselves through us. So in another way, we are just here to be conscious of everything so that everything can see itself. That's why we have all importance. We are all important because every soul is like a different window. It's like a different window. And we all are viewing it from a different corners. But creating all this together is what we call oneness. Putting it together is power. Putting it together is wisdom. Hello, Godzi, good evening. Putting it together is wisdom. So this evening I'm talking about the series 5 of We Don't Worship Idol. Yeah, and in this series 5 we're going to be focusing. Good evening, blessing. Good evening. Good evening. This series 5, I'm going to focus on Eshu. Eshu. Who is Eshu? What is Eshu? What is Eshu and who is Eshu? A lot of people who still don't understand the science of African spirituality, they still translate the word Eshu as devil. No, it's not so. You cannot translate Eshu to devil, because according to my phone, according to the religious indoctrination, their teachings, which others their teaching, then their theology school they go to, their teachings is Shaitan was the first creation of their God, the first angel, and then later, to cut your story short, later Satan rebelled against his creator and wanted to be in charge of the heavens. As you all know in the book, he lost the wall and he was cast down here on earth. And then he swore on people on earth, and that's why they are all having problems, according to how religion is trying to teach you. Because for religion, it's very important to have a devil. In case you don't know, devil is more important to religion indoctrination than God. Because it sounds funny and crazy, but it's so. Devil is more important to them than God. Why is devil more important? Why is devil more important to them? Without devil, they cannot sell the gospel. So it's important for devil to always be in the scene. Because when the devil is not existing, then you don't know God. You don't even need God if the devil is not existing. So that's why religions people, Islam, Christianity, they focus their teaching into that good, bad, black, white. That was very important for them, because they have to threaten your soul. They have to threaten your soul. Threatening your soul is the only way they can manipulate you. Because without they don't threaten your soul, first, their story will not even be interesting to you. But their story become a little bit interesting when you see somebody telling you, this is how the world was created. And the man who created all these things gave only 10 commandments. And if you don't follow it like this, you will end up in hell and born in hell in the house of the devil. So that's a psychological torture. So when you threaten your child that if you don't sit there, I will break your head, of course your child will sit there. Your child sits there does not mean the child have respect or anything for you. Your child only sits there. Why? Because you have threatened her now. You have threatened her now, and now she's just acting out of fear. So that's a very different thing from respect. There's a big line between fear and respect. So religion, what they do is to make you be scared. It's to give you fear, so that they can control and manipulate your heart. But what is Eshu in Africa? In Africa spiritual science, we don't have nothing like a devil. We don't have nothing like devil. Even in so many cultures, it's even difficult before you can find one so-called Almighty who is in charge of everything. It's so difficult because why? Our ancestors understand the science. They know that all these different beings, all these different entities, all these different deities or rishas, however you understand them to be, they need to work together in peace and harmony. So one cannot do without another. They need each other to have a perfect balance. That's why since I start breaking down these teachings now, I always make it clear This is not the time for tears anymore. This is not a time for those myths. This is not a time to be telling those super stories. This is how it is. This is how it was. No. This is a time now to follow the energy. And when you observe closely the energy of Eshu, for me personally, Eshu have one of the most amazing character among all Orishas and all deity. Eshu is such an amazing character because why? This energy is a constant battle which every man is going through. So there is no man, no woman who don't know Eshu. You all know Eshu because why? You are every day constantly using this energy and strongly with it and trying to find balance with it. So to understand Eshu, you have to know that Eshu represents your decisions. Eshu is also like that crossroad. Now you are in the fourth junction and you have to decide which path to take. Should I go left? Should I go right? And what makes Eshu so amazing? Eshu makes you know the beauty of your own free will. That's the most beautiful thing I love about Eshu. Your free will. Because don't forget the last series I did, we talked about Ori. Your primary deity, which is your Ori, which is your first deity that you yourself have. Your primary deity is always like, not a conflict, but always like in a dance with Eshu. Because your primary deity now need Eshu by her side to help her make the right decisions, to help her make the right choice, to help her take the right paths. That is mostly the work of Eshu. So when you're hearing all those tales and myths and story of how Eshu and Oromila have a very close connection, what you have to understand here is, when you follow the series theory, of course, by now you understand what Oromila mean. The moment that Oromila inside of you, the moment where your astral self is being identified, because that's what Oromila do, of course. The moment where that your astral self is being identified, Eshu now is very important. Eshu is very important because why? Eshu will be the one to carry your sacrifice. Don't forget, like the illustration I gave the last time. So let's say man will have a problem when he's 45, blah, 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 blah. So Eshu now is the one Oromila can send to go ahead. To go ahead and present this sacrifice. So Eshu is the best friend that you have. And you know the most beautiful thing about Eshu? You are hearing the voice of Eshu every day in your head. Everybody's hearing it. Whether you recognize it to be Eshu or not, you are hearing it. Eshu is that voice that is always suggesting for you. Eshu is a trickster. So let's say you want to do something, Eshu will tell you, can you do it like this? Why you don't try it like this? What do you think like this? They should give you options. But giving you options does not mean he is responsible for your decision. That's where Eshu becomes so beautiful. Eshu is there to constantly tempt you to make you strong and believe in yourself. Eshu is also this part of energy inside of you that is always there for you to exercise your knowledge, for you to exercise your patience, for you to exercise your thought, your powers, everything you're in possession of. So Eshu is playing a very huge role, and Eshu have nothing to do with Satan. Nothing at all to do with Satan. Satan is like a character from a fictional movie created by the Greek and the Rome. They have their own story backing it, but I don't want to go into that now. But the area where I want to focus here on is Eshu. That energy of Eshu, that energy of Eshu is something that is playing a very huge role in your whole anatomy. In your whole anatomy, Eshu is playing a very huge and significant role. For example, don't forget I said Ogun was your heart, Oromila is your pineal gland, and your Ori is your head, which is also known as crown chakra. But you know what Osun is in your anatomy? Osun represents Eshu, not Osun. It's two different things, of course. Esun represents your kidney, represents your liver, and represents your pancreas. You see these three organs? These three organs belongs to Eshu. When I say belongs to Eshu, don't forget, according to your anatomy from head to toe, you are a temple. So your heart means something, you have energy, your brain has energy, all your parts of body have energy. And all these energies is the energy or the element, you can also see them as elements, is the energy and element of the nature that coexists within us. So really getting this deep understanding that these things exist within you, not outside, within you. This will really assist and help you digest it easier and slower. This will really help you digest it easier and slower. Because why? If you know the function of your kidneys, your liver, your pancreas inside your body, then you can start picturing it into a spiritual plane to also see how this energy of Eshu function. What is very important to know? It's very important to know that Eshu is the only deity that is a friend with all deities, all orishas. Why is it so? Not just because it's also like their messenger, because all message always get first to Eshu. Yeah, Eshu know a lot of things, especially when it comes to night. Eshu know. Not just because of that, it's because of his amazing character. Eshu have a very unique and amazing character. Eshu is not your friend. Eshu is not your enemy. Eshu is a neutral energy. And this neutrality that he carries makes him now become so unique. Makes him now become so different. Make him now become something so extraordinary, something that is very, very, very far deeper than just idol or whatever people are calling these things. No. A lot of African people, when they even make mistake, they're like, Eshu caused it. A lot of them translate Eshu into being a Satan, but it's nothing to do with that at all. It's nothing to do with that at all. So really paying a close attention to Eshu is a very, very, very wise thing, although relationship with Eshu is very complicated. Because remember, like I said, Eshu is not your friend, Eshu is not your enemy, Eshu is neutral. So really paying close attention to Eshu is something very, 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 very important. Very, very important. Just like your liver, just like your kidney. What are the two things that can destroy these two organs so fast? Lifestyle. Oh, really? Lifestyle. How? Lifestyle. Why is it so? For you to decide to just sit for 5 hours and be popping alcohol into your belly, that's a decision. And that's a free will. But later your kidney will suffer it. That's how it functions. That's how energy of Eshu function. So your kidney is there now to filter those toxic things Is there not to filter those toxic things. Is there to help generate the blood and everything. But no, liver do more, play more of those parts. But area that is important here right now is when you make decisions to live ungodly lifestyle, then it comes into play. But it is not responsible. That's your decision. It's just there to to bear witness to your failure, to bear witness to your decisions, to bear witness to your disappointment, to bear witness to that sickness or whatever. It's just there to be aware of this. So as a wise person, what do? You activate the energy of Eshu inside of you. You activate the energy of Eshu inside of you. Then Eshu will not be what is running around you again. Eshu will be more in partnership, not with you, but with other entity around you. Because you cannot have, it's very difficult for you to have a personal relationship with Eshu. You can have personal relationship with Shango, Oromila, Ogun, every other deity. But when it comes to Eshu, you cannot have a specific or special relationship with Eshu. So there are a lot of tales, there are a lot of stories that surrounds the nature of Eshu and what he represents. Yeah, I always like drafting him in the masculine energy because of his character. But let me leave it like that. So there's a lot of things about Eshu, but what is the most important part of it is that Eshu is not an idol. Eshu is your free will. The will you have that makes you to decide. That free will you have that gives you choice. That free will you have that makes you decide, I have to do it like this. That free will you have that makes you decide, I want to hurt him. That free will you have that makes you decide, I love him. That free will right there is the only thing that is powerful and so free for you. And it's the duty of Eshu to protect and guide and nurture your free will. Eshu don't recognize negative, he don't recognize positive. That's why I said before, he's not your friend, he's not your enemy. So Eshu just recognize your decision. And every decision you decide is to nurture it, is to feed it. That's like the duty, the job of Eshu. So Eshu is not an idol, of course not. Eshu is not an idol. Eshu is not something you have to see and you start Eshu. No, you just have to understand the nature of Eshu. You just have to understand the nature of Eshu. Somebody was asking me the other day, but what if Eshu is angry with you? How do Eshu manifest that he's angry with you or things like that? Like that. But what is really important right here is when you have your rituals already, your ebo, whatever you understand them to be, when you activate all these things already, it's always important to give sacrifice to Eshu. Oromila make it like automatic because of his close relationship with Eshu. So whenever Oromila finish sacrifice or anything, first thing Oromila do is to give food to Eshu. Same with Ogun, because Ogun always eats the back of the yam, so that makes Ogun, because Eshu like back of the yam, the black ones. That is like his favorite. So he and Ogun have a very special relationship. But when you take away the tales, you take away the myths, you take away all those stories, you pay close attention now to the energy, then you will understand why Eshu is in partnership with all the deities. Picture your body like I just said a few minutes ago. Look at your kidney, look at your liver, look at your pancreas. These three organs, in Igbo language we call it energy ekwesu. Yeah, exactly. Ekwesu, esu, yeah, they have the same characters. So if you look at your body, there is no way your full body can function without your kidneys, your liver, and all your pancreas. No way this can ever function. So when you see that now, then you will now understand why Eshu is in a partnership with every other richer. Because Eshu is there to balance, filter, and support your free will, your decision. So seeing Eshu as something like this is devil, this is demonic, this is this is that, my dear, that is just brainwashing. It's because some people have launched a campaign to demonize our African spirituality, and you buy it. You buy it. So because you buy it now, you believe the lies, and because you believe the lies, so you think, Eshu is Satan, Eshu is demonic. So all these things now make you so scared, make you always want to push away, make you always want to go outside and say, I have nothing to do with this. But it is deeper than that. It is deeper than that because why? Eshu is not responsible for anything. Eshu is not responsible for anything. Eshu is just there to guide your free will. Same way you can put your will to be positive, Eshu will guide it. You put your will to be negative, Eshu will still guide it. Because why? The language of the universe does not understand positive and negative. So the energy is just there. This is why a lot of people are scared of African spirituality anyway, because so many greedy people in Africa. They make use of this law I just quote now, and that's always their excuse. And they can manipulate these energies to really use to favor themselves or give people stress and things like that, which is not good. But it's not good. Fine, we know it's not good. But do you know why they can do it so? They can do it so because you don't pay attention to your own details. Because when you pay your attention to your own details, as that person is going to the junction at night, or Kovu, or wherever the person is going to, as he's going there, the thunder that will strike the person is not coming from earth. That is when you pay attention to your own spiritual welfare. Because the spiritual realm, sometimes when you are, that's why I avoid so many people a lot. Because sometimes when you are in that cycle of toxic people, sometimes when you're in that cycle of toxic people, what will always come towards you, will always be those people with negative energy, who their only job is to tempt you, try you, continuous temptation and continuous assessments. That's what they always do. But when you surround yourself with people who have amazing energy like you, then you don't have those problems. You don't have those problems because why? Then everything you carry around you is just like you are. But when you think now you are having spiritual knowledge, or you are having interest in spirituality, any water you see, you have to jump inside. Any water you see, you have to jump inside. That's a little bit risky, because there are people who are energy vampires. And all they're interested on is how to suck people energy, because that makes them powerful, that makes them feel great, and make them feel alive. So really creating your own cycle, drawing people who have same values like you closer to yourself, is always the best, wisest, and the easiest way in this journey. So Eshu is not a devil. Eshu has no relationship with the Satan. Eshu is an energy that represents your free will. It's an energy that represents your decision. It's an energy that represents your desire, pleasure, wish. All these things is what Eshu represent. Because you see that your desire, Eshu will not fuel it. You see that your pleasure, Eshu will not fuel it. But it is yours. It's not Eshu who carry it from bush and bring it to you. Bring it to you. That's why Eshu like laughing a lot. Because after you have done after you have done what you're not supposed to do, Eshu just laugh at you. Because why? You are responsible, not Eshu. So stop blaming people. Take responsibility of your actions. And stop putting blames on God, witch, wizard, devil, or whatever. No. Know that your life is in your hands, and you are the one that is writing your story. You are the one that has powers over everything. Without you, nothing is important. Without you, nothing is really nothing is really relevant. So that is why I just want to share this quick fast soulful this evening. Is the series 5 of We Don't Worship Idol. It's with energy that is just like your trickster. It's there, walk with you. It's to walk more with your rituals, with your deities than you. It's to just follow you everywhere. Eshu, for Eshu, it doesn't matter where you are. Eshu just follow you. Because why? Eshu is just waiting for that thought. Eshu is just waiting for that decision. Eshu is just waiting for that plan, so she can pay attention. I said she here. So he can pay attention to it. That's what Eshu do. So Eshu is not Satan. Eshu has nothing to do with all those things. No. Eshu is a very friendly and neutral energy. And that is neutrality is what makes him so special. It's what makes him so extraordinary. It's what makes him so extraordinary. So a lot of people, some time ago, a lot of people always ask me, yeah, but can I put Eshu in my house? Can I put... No, you don't put Eshu inside the house. Ezeke means like the backyard or the corner of your house. That's where you put Eshu. You cannot put Eshu inside the house. Please try to respond to my question on WhatsApp. Please, can you write the question again? I don't remember it. I don't remember it. Please just write it again to make it more easier for me if you can hear me, Ngozi. So Eshu is something that we all carry inside of us. Paying attention to our kidney, paying attention to our liver, paying attention to our pancreas. How do you pay attention to your pancreas, kidney, and liver? It means drinking enough water, eating a lot of green food, eating all this fresh food. Some people will say, but how does this connect with spirituality? How does clean food, good water, vegetable, what does this have to do with spirituality? And I always reply and say, everything. It has everything to do with spirituality. Why? Why is it so? Simply because when you consume food, okay, let me go back a little. when you are standing on a field and you see a tree and you see plant, or let's say a garden where they plant food and all these things, what do you think is going on? It's because This sun, which you see, sun is the gateway for all the souls anyway. That's where all souls come from. So this sun, which you see, is bringing energy to this earth. And this energy is raining continuously. The energy is raining continuously. The energy don't stop. Like continuous rain, it don't stop. And this energy is what now transforms into what you are breathing in as a man or a woman. Not transform into what the plant is breathing in. Not transform what into the animals, those they call animals anyway. Not transform also into what they are taking in. So those animals you are killing and eating, those animals, they have already consumed the fresh food, the alkaline diet. That's why you see many animals are vegetarians. They have already consumed the fresh food. So when you are eating just meat, your food that you are eating is just toxic to you. It's toxic because why? That energy which you need as a spirit that you are is not in that animal anymore. It's not in that animal anymore. Sometimes you can be lucky to get just little energy in the animal that when you kill the meat yourself or you buy it so fresh and raw. If it's a meat that's already in the freezer for months, years, and just forget. You are just buying poison with your own cash. Yeah, that's what a lot of people do these days anyway. They are just buying toxic things with your own cash. So really paying attention to those little things you eat, to those vegetables is very good. Because why? That grass you see now, that vegetable you see now, they have the energy inside of them directly. And that energy those vegetables have inside of them directly, not just vegetables, salad, nuts, all kinds of fruits. Those energy they have inside of them now is pure. That's why you see people call it alkaline diet. It's pure. That pure energy, when you consume it, your body have more power and more energy. That's for your body. Then your spirit is more boosted. So that's why you always hear us talk about eat good food, drink lots of water. Because why? The air that you breathe in with your nose is not enough for you. Although many people don't even know how to breathe because they don't teach people in school how to breathe. That's a very separate topic anyway. But the air you are breathing in is not enough. It's not enough at all. So because it's not enough now, and right now you are living in a world where everything is draining your energy. You're living in the world where everything is just sometimes too much. You have a lot to do. You have a lot to pay attention to. So many people have expectations from you. You have your own wishes and dreams and everything in this same world. So sometimes it's very overwhelming. And because it's so overwhelming, and if you are also a sensitive person, then you will always your energy will always drain so easily. Your energy will always go so easily. Your energy will always exhaust so easily. Sometimes even when you don't do nothing, your energy will still exhaust so easily. Why is it so? It is so because you are consuming a constant energy. Although there is also a constant energy that is always dropping like the rain, but it's not enough when you are not tuned in. But when you are tuned in Then, although in most of the easiest case for you to be tuned in, you have to go into a state of meditation. That is what really give you like the easy access to tune in so easily. Because when you are in that state of meditation now, emptiness of the mind and clarity, then that same energy now can be penetrating directly into your body and also refilling that space. But when you are the type you don't know how to meditate, or you are not so good at it, because it's also a practice. It's also a practice before you can really know it more and more. But when you are the type you are not too used to this, then you need a very good diet. Very good diet is the only hope you really have. Because that good diet now, hello Gozi, please you can pose the question again. I can use this opportunity to just reply it now. So that good diet now is what now really help you to really be able to control your energy. Your doctor will tell you it's good for your health. Yes, it's good for your health, but it's deeper than health. Because why? They have not really explained what health really means. They have not really explained what health really means. Operation is the lowest part of medicine. Why is it so? Because your body, this body you see now, is also the lowest part of everything. It's also the lowest part of everything that you are. So your body is just like the first floor. So before they will not start cutting something from your body, it means some of the layers upstairs has already been so damaged, and now the doctors have no option than to cut something off. That's why they say the doctors always say operation is the lowest part of medication, because that's like the only last thing they can do, nothing more than that. So what we are really focusing on this evening is Eshu is not a Satan. Eshu is not devil. Eshu is our very best friend. Eshu is our free will. Eshu is our decision maker. Decision maker does not mean that he make the decisions for you. No, he's there to empower. He's there to empower your decision. He's there to put energies to your decisions. He's there to breathe into your decision. So that's why Eshu is a very amazing character in African spirituality. And every white person in African spirituality don't play with Eshu, because Eshu, hello faith, because Eshu is energy that we all possess, and it's energy that runs in all of our blood. That's Eshu for you. So that's a quick soul food that I want to share this evening. Like I said, it's a very fast soul food. And the most important thing here is always educate your people, always educate your friends, always educate your relations, because this is so important today. It's so important. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean, or it doesn't matter that everybody must do what we're doing. Everybody must come into it. That is not, yeah, it's nice and beautiful, but that's not really like the priority now. So, but what's really the most important thing now is don't demonize it. Don't demonize it. Don't see it as nothing. Don't see it like that. Yesterday, I was so touched when I asked one of my daughters to go and do something outside, and some street boys. Imagine, even in Nigeria, this thing happened in Lagos. Even in Nigeria, street people always want to start embarrassing her and fighting her. They believe she's doing ritual and just imagine, I was about to go so crazy, because even here in Europe, I can still do what I want, comparing to somebody in Africa going to junction at night, being harassed by street hoodlums who don't even understand nothing. That's really a very big pity. It's a pity because it's not supposed to be so. Everybody should have free will to do exactly what they want, and nobody should demonize what another person is doing. You want to be a Christian, you love your church, you love your Bible, good, it's okay. You want to be a Muslim, it's okay, be what you want to be. But the moment you start now demonizing Africa's spirituality, look at those people, they worship idol. Look at those people, they do this, they do that. The moment you start now doing that, that moment now, it is not cool anymore. I thought I took my thing. It is not cool anymore. It is not cool anymore because you have to let what it is to be. No one have right to say this is what you must believe or what you must do, but everybody have right to exercise what they feel like exercising. So this is what I just want to share so quick this evening. We don't worship idol. We don't worship idol at all. What we do is a strong connection with the elements of the nature, strong connection with the force of this universe, strong connection with this strong, powerful cosmological energy. These are what we are doing, and these things come based on the ancient knowledges, ancient knowledge. Although within the time it has been modified a lot, and that's why we come now again to also modify it again. Why is it so important? So that we can always bring out the best in it. So that we can always bring out the best in it. So many people have failed us now in the past 100 years. Our headers and all these people who normally should be positioning all these things, they have failed us a lot. So we have to fix all these things. We have to fix all these things again. These things hurts me so much because I can just feel all these pains, and sometimes I wish I don't feel it. Yeah, it's true. Sometimes I just wish I don't feel it. But yeah, I just feel all these pains. And when you can hear souls crying, when you can hear souls screaming, when different energies locating you from different places and showing you different things, then it becomes so overwhelming, and you are kind of like also stuck in a world where you have so many obligations to meet up with. So sometimes it's just so overwhelming. Hello, good evening, King. Yeah, now I remember. I have to write you. Good evening. Nice to see you. You're welcome. Good evening. So that's just how it is. We all have to start playing part in this, because the truth is we all have role to play. We all have role to play. The game is over. The game of the oppressor is over now. But the question now is, who is going to take over? Who is ready to take over? Who is going to take over now? Who is going to take over now? Who is going to take over? That is the question right now. That is the real question right now. Imagine people like Nigeria, for example. I have so many African friends here, but let me talk about Nigerians now. Imagine Nigeria, a very big nation as Nigeria, full with so many millions, hundreds of millions of people. Imagine a nation like that have no spiritual structure. Everybody is running to one church, to one mosque, different churches everywhere, different pastors, opening office in different people's head, and that's okay by me. It's okay. Their soul will find their way. But you know the most dangerous part? Good evening. The most dangerous part of it all is the entertainment industry in Nigeria. All those Nollywood and all those different entertainment industry, they are the biggest enemy of Africans right now. They are the biggest enemy of Africans right now. Oh, I am ready. That's so nice to hear. I will inbox you. It's nice when I see voluntarily souls saying they're ready. Yeah, because old souls, you can always feel it that you have a mission here. And it's time we unite and It's time we unite and give birth to a new earth. It's so easy. We just have to unite. That's just it. And try to learn. Don't worry. I'm here. And I am here. I don't know it all. But the little I know, I will support you with it. And then we will exploit the rest from there. That's how it is. I will contact you, Faith. We need more disciples. We need more people who will volunteer to really stand in these paths that we have now. Because together we are all going to march the army. Together we are all going to go there. We are all going to go there. Yeah. She said, I am really enjoying this teaching. We don't worship idols series. Thank you very much for devoting your time sharing them. Oh, thank you too. Thank you too. Yeah, we're just trying to draw this little awareness because why is it very important, Ungozi? Why is it very important? So many millions of Africans have absolutely no awareness that a specific campaign was set up to demonize our spirituality, so that the people can see nothing useful and important about themselves and look and depend only on the slave master. For somebody to enslave you, the person have to first break your mind and make you see nothing good about yourself. So then when they are enslaving you, you are not just only their slave, you are also depending on them, because your slavery now becomes like the only way you can please and show to them that you are useful. So that is a mind game. That is the psychological game. That is what is hurting us, because we know it's a lie. We know very well that this is a lie. But you have 400 years later now, people are still keeping these lies alive. Even the people that told the lies, they are surprised and shocked, like, these people are running the program alone. They're even so surprised and shocked. That's why when you see a French president come to Africa, it's so surprised when you see all these African people trying to speak French to impress him. It's like, wow, congratulations. You speak so good French. He's not giving you any compliment. He's just surprised that, okay, these people are helping us to program the system. They are helping us to update the program. They are helping us to keep it running. And their time is over. This is the truth. Their time is over. We all have to go back home. Even all of us now in Europe, everybody will have to go. We are still the only reason this thing is still here. I don't want to go there. But we are still the only reason, you know. We are still the only reason. So normally Europe should be underwater already by now. They know it. That's why they are telling you climate change, climate change. Climate is not changing. It's the awareness of the consciousness that is transforming the earth and that is making the earth warmer. But they know this. They don't want you to know this. That's why they are telling you it's climate change. We are the climate and we are changing now. So everything will change along with it now. Yes, we do have to unite to wake up the power within us. Yes, that's very important. That's very important. Our unity, you know, the most powerful and beautiful part about our unity will help us free a lot of our soul tribes. Because you know why Africa consciousness is so chaotic? So many soul groups, so many soul tribes are in bondage and restless. Especially those hundreds of millions of ancestors that just kidnapped and took away. They are restless. Their restlessness is not because they want justice or they want this or they want that. No, their restlessness is because energies and beings that connect with them now many does not even recognize the pains they went through, the suffering they went through. Many cannot even feel it. Many cannot even feel it. Many cannot even feel it. So there's a very big chaos in African consciousness, and we have to heal all these things. All these things need to be healed, and we have to pay close attention to all these things. It is very, very important. So always spread the news to people. We don't worship idol. What we do is we practice a universal standard law that governs all the elements and energy that exists within the cosmos. That's what we do. If it's so complicated for the people, then they should sit down and learn. They should sit down and learn. With patience, they will get it. Because the biggest problem we have now today is lack of patience. Everybody want to be famous. Nobody want to do the work. Nobody want to invest time and patience and in these things. And this is the biggest problem humans of today are really facing. So imagine what you have been doing for 30 years, and somebody just come out today and say, show me everything. You are like, all my life is in this thing. I cannot just show you once. Even if I want to, it doesn't work like that. So it's always a process. It's always a process. It's always a journey. But many people don't have patience for journey. So they are expecting charm. They are expecting one big prophet to do one miracle. They are expecting one story. That's why at the end they fall a victim. They fall victim because why? According to the universal law, there is no shortcuts. There is no shortcuts. Every shortcut you think you take, you will come back in one way or the other to climb the step again. That's how it functions. Regardless how smart you are or how not smart you are, the universe have our own laws that governs her. So you cannot do otherwise. You cannot do otherwise. Those that think they are too smart are all busy eating their eyes now in where they are. So you cannot do otherwise. So we are here to learn, to explore, to unite and grow together. And grow together. So the more we do this, the more and more we bring out the best in us, and the more and more every nice things we carry start activating. What is the most important thing is the attention we give. Is the attention that we give. That attention we give ourselves now will help us to activate everything that we have. That's just how it is. So I thank you all. I thank you all for this beautiful evening. It was a very fast, quick soul food. I just wanted to share it so quick. Yeah, just wanted to share it so quick. And one of these days, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or next, we will do the series 6 and so on. So I thank you all. I thank you all for your support and everything. And I send you all peace. I send you all love. And I wish you all a very nice weekend. Please always remember, we don't worship idol. We don't serve juju, Satan, whatever people call it. What we do is a simple connection with the universal energies, the simple connection with everything that comes with us down here on earth. And this is what we exploit and bring out always the best from. So we are not a juju worshipper. We are not, of course not. We are not a juju worshipper, and we are also not an idol worshipper. So anybody claiming that African people, they worship idol, Africa people, they are very good in worshiping juju and all those things, please educate the person, or just simply also ignore the person. Yes, you can also do that. You can also simply ignore the person, or if you so much love the person, you can educate the person also. So I thank you all. Thank you, Faith. I thank you all. I wish you a nice evening. I send you all peace, and I send you all love. Bye-bye, and I thank you again. Okay, how do I stop this?